Okay, I think everything is running just fine. Hopefully the volume levels are okay. I feel like if I'm projecting, then the microphone will sound good. I'm not going to totally blow it out like the last time I tried to stream on Twitch. But surprisingly enough, the volume levels seem to be kind of capped out at kind of a lower volume range than when I'm recording other programs, which is interesting. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this underway. So this is 5D's Decade Duels, specifically Decade Duels Plus, which is just a free updated version that improved some of the mechanics and added more cards to it. This was the first of the digitally downloadable Yu-Gi-Oh! Games that was on the Xbox 360 and the PS3. And this came out in like 2009, so this was like early 5D's format. The most current set at the time of this game's release was Ancient Prophecy, so there was still a lot of stuff that had yet to even come out in this. So obviously there's no Exceed summons, there's not really any like hand traps or anything like that. Dark Strike Fighter pre-errata is in this, and you can get killed to it. And this is basically just one big tournament. It's also a very difficult tournament, and I don't think I've ever actually finished this game. So on the Xbox 360 version, I've beaten the tournament mode once through where Yusei was the final opponent, and there's supposed to be an alternate achievement you get for doing it again where Jack is the final opponent. And I don't know what necessarily constitutes which result. All I know is that it's basically random which opponents win in each bracket of the tournament and which ones you end up going up against. There are some opponents that are absolutely terrifying matchups to go against in here. So the ones I'm particularly worried about is there's a alien deck in the early brackets that is, you know, not a like meta-defining strategy or anything like that, but it's definitely challenging to say the least. Aki's Plant Synchro deck is terrifying. Crow's Blackwing deck is terrifying. And actually, the two of them are, in my opinion, way, way harder than Jack and Yusei, respectfully, because at this point, they have, you know, better, more established strategies. You know, Blackwing was essentially the best deck when this came out. So couple other things too is that unlike in Millennium Duels, which essentially was the sequel to this, where you kind of go through the linear story of each of the animes, those were kind of simplified to where it wasn't as challenging. So the characters generally played like a lot of their anime cards, and you didn't have as many like high power like staple cards that you could accidentally just run into and end up screwing yourself over. So they would set like 3 back row and you could just walk right into it and nothing would happen. So in this game, though, you have got to be very, very careful because these decks are actually pretty well built with powerful cards like Mirror Force, Torrential, Heavy Storm is in here, and just these powerful like blowout cards from like the late GX, early 5Ds era that we're still seeing competitive play at the time. And so you've got to be pretty careful. Now, luckily, this game also does start us off with a much better deck than Millennium Duels starts you out with, and actually that was one of the reasons why I had such an easy time with Millennium Duels, is you can actually port your deck over from this game to that game. And so when you first download Millennium Duels, all of your cards from this game move over. But initially, like I said, I played this on the Xbox 360 version, which is where I unlocked all the cards and beat it at least once against Yusei, if I remember correctly. But my Xbox 360, since the last time I played it, I tried to break it out for the first time to do this stream a couple days ago, for the first time since we moved into this house, and it became an X-Brick 360 and has red-ringed. So I have no functioning Xbox 360 and no way to play on my original save file of this game. So I decided I'm just going to go ahead and download the PS3 version and try it again from the beginning, which means that I'm going in with a brand new deck that I've never seen before, and I am basically losing any cards I would have unlocked through natural progression on that save file, which means we're starting off completely from scratch, and we have some suboptimal cards in the starting deck, and you'll see what I mean when we get to it. So let's go ahead and take a look at our starting deck here. I don't have high hopes for this at all. Okay. Let's see, so quite a few normal monsters in there, but some high stat ones nonetheless. We'd probably want to get rid of Neos as soon as possible because a a level 7 vanilla is just very, very bad. Mechanical Chaser, that's kind of cool. Effect monsters, Death Koala actually comes up quite a bit. You can, if you get that on your first turn, you can get some pretty hefty burn damage in there. Drillroid is obviously really good. Giant Rat is really good. Submarine Roid actually comes up quite a bit, and I managed to use Swarm of Scarabs for some utility as well, but not a whole lot that's good here in the effect monster category either. Spells, I think, is where we are the most balanced out. So we have actually quite a few good spells, including a lot of cards that were, as you can see, 1-ofs or 2-ofs at the time. So Brain Control, Pre-Errata is busted, Foolish Burial, Giant Trunade, and Heavy Storm, which is amazing. Magical Mallet is useless. We're going to take that out as soon as we can. Monster Reborn is in here. Nightmare Steel Cage is probably the worst card in the deck, and I hate it. So we'll want to take that out as soon as possible. Nice quick play spells in there, some spot removal. Skyscraper may actually come up with the amount of elemental heroes that are in here. Of course, we'll probably be taking those heroes out for better generic cards if we get the chance. The trap lineup isn't bad either. Jar of Greed is kind of bad in here, but Bottomless, Sack Armor, and Magic Cylinder are probably the best ones, Dust Tornado being good as well. Justy Break is sort of a mirror force if you control a normal monster, and that may come up considering the quantity of normal monsters we have, and we have no extra deck or side, so that's it. So not great, but it's not terrible either. Hopefully we can improve it, but a lot of this, I'll be honest, is going to be entirely luck-based. So I don't know how we're going to do in this tournament. So I guess we'll just go with the male character icon there. And then here we have Rex Godwin getting ready to introduce us to the Fortune Cup. As per the first season of the anime, which actually was the only season that was out at this point. The second season was like just airing when this came out, which is crazy to me. And then this guy with his absolutely amazing voice in the Japanese version, which I could not even come close to his range. So the first couple rounds are single elimination, so we don't even have to play a match against these opponents. We beat them and that's it. And then later on in the finale sort of duels, we do have to actually play a match. So against like the named characters like Jack Yusei, Crow, etc., we actually have to play a match against them. Let's see what we get. So I don't know who Ben is or what he plays. Again, I'm really worried in this early rounds. I'm really worried about that alien deck. And then in the later rounds, I am absolutely terrified to go up against Aki or Crow. They will destroy us. And actually, like I said, our success rate with beating this with the starting deck is not likely. Okay, it's not a bad hand. We got Drillroid and some spot removal. Thunder King Ryo. That's a thing. Okay, so I guess this is a stun deck that Ben has. That's interesting. I actually don't really want to even walk into that back row, but I may not have a choice. I think we're going to go ahead and smash and ground that. The Justy Break in our hand is a dead card, essentially, because I want to save the Drillroid in case we get ran over. So I think we'll just poke him for 15 with the Alien Dog. The Alien Dog not really having any effect. While I mean, it ends up being a good card if we want to play the Alien strategy, which was again okay at this point in the game. Oh, Breaker, that's not good at all. All right, Jen stopped in to say hi. Thanks, Jen. I really appreciate it. Hey, can you please let me know if the audio levels are good? Like, if you can hear me okay over the game volume and everything. I tried to fix that as much as possible, so please let me know if that sounds okay. So, interestingly enough, he opted not to use the effective Breaker to pop my back row. Instead, decided to just attack, which means he's going to be taking 1900. But in spite of that, we don't have an out to Breaker. Okay, so Sam says I can hear me pretty well. The game's fairly quiet, but he can still hear sound effects. So I'm going to try to bring the game volume up a little bit and see how that does. So I brought the game volume up just a little bit. Let me know if you can hear the music a little bit better now. Yeah, so I'm actually really worried about that. I may just mulligan here with Magic Mallet to get rid of the Justy Break in our hand, because it's essentially not doing anything for us, so we'll go ahead and just mulligan for 1 there. Prisma is pretty much useless without the extra deck. It's just a beater that can benefit from Skyscraper. So we're just gonna set that and hope our opponent runs into it. Oh, did he worry late? What are we playing? Goat control here? Like, this is ridiculous. Honestly, I would really love to get Breaker. Oh, she's gonna opt to banish. Oh, that's annoying. So we still didn't get rid of the Breaker. When it's flip summon, that's not gonna help us. Oh, this is really bad. We can't out a 1900 Breaker, and it hasn't even used its counter yet. Oh, that's irritating. Well, let's wall up, I guess. I think the Prisma is going to be the least useful card out of the 3, so let's just see. Oh, he said the game audio. Yeah, it sure did. And I don't know why. Game audio did. It's not registering anything on my... Okay, what about now? Looks like I'm getting game audio now. Okay, perfect. Neos, good lord. And he summoned Grand Mole of all things too. Yeah, I don't have any like massive board wipe for monsters. I don't have Dark Hole, so I may actually just lose this. Ben is playing an actually incredibly well-rounded deck. Like, I would love to have his deck, because every monster he has summoned has been, like, on point. And I would love to have any of the monsters that he does. I don't even know what's in his back row. Probably something really good. Drillroid is... He's probably going to bounce with the Grand Mole, and if he doesn't, then I will essentially have outed that. Unless he just triggers something in his back row. Yeah, Deep Prison was out around this time. Yeah, I'm gonna probably lose the first duel in this tournament. I said this game was hard, and it really is. And it's the hardest thing about it is there's literally no good way of getting cards. So, again, this game, the engine was made by a company called Other Ocean. He's just gonna pop this with Breaker. I know he is. He hasn't even used the counter yet. It was made by Other Ocean, and they essentially they made this. It's just like the Tag Force gameplay style. It's the same sort of engine. It's the best video game style. Oh my god, I forgot about Gores in this format too. Yeah, we're just gonna let him kill me. I'm not even gonna bother to activate the negate attack there. I just want to reset here. But the problem is that there's no good way of getting cards. So you get random cards when you complete duels. So 2 if you lose and like 10 if you win. And that's pretty insubstantial. And so... And it was the same way in Millennium Duels. In Legacy of the Duelist, the newest iteration of this, the one that came out on the Switch, which I think most people have played now because it had physical copies of it, so a lot of people were like, okay, that's much more desirable. So I think a lot of people played Legacy of the Duelist on the Switch, and then also on the... it was on the PC, and on the PS4, and on the Xbox, so a lot of people played Legacy of the Duelist, and that's the most up-to-date version of this style of game. In that one, they actually let you buy packs, and so you can kind of just play with the starting cards. Ooh, we actually got the Skyscraper this time around. Oh, we're playing a banishing deck. That's interesting. Luckily, I can go ahead and I can actually out both of these cards. So we've opened a pretty strong beater. And I may save the Dust Tornado to get rid of something later, or I may go ahead and get rid of the D-Fissure. The D-Fissure doesn't really hinder us too much, only because we don't really play out of our graveyard too much in this sort of bog standard deck. So we may actually be able to defeat Nelly here. I also really love her portrait there. I think that's really cute. She's got like the purple lipstick going on. This game also has like kind of banger music as well, which is awesome. I guess we'll go ahead and gain the life points off of Air Hummingbird. It's not useful, but I mean, as long as they have 4 cards in our hand, we might as well go ahead and take advantage of that. Gain an extra 2,000. What's the worst thing we can run into? Probably Banisher of Light, I think, has 2,000 defense. Morphing Jar number 2. I was not expecting that. So Morphing Jar number 2 makes us like excavate until we get the same number of normal summonable monsters as what we shuffled back into the deck, and all the other cards go to the graveyard, unlike Cyber Jar where they get added to our hand, which means we just milled a bunch of really good staples. Oh my god, this is horrible! We get Mechanical Chaser, that's pretty cool. Oh wow, that's bad. But I guess I can't complain too much because they weren't banished, and we can get, what do you call it? We can flip them up and have more momentum. We got 2 big beaters as opposed to the stupid Air Hummingbird. Anything she tries to play is going to get destroyed by Sack Armor, so... yeah, we're going to respond to that. Sam says that that seems like a classic Ben play, that Ben must have tutored her. Yeah, that's likely the case. But now we can actually push for quite a bit of damage because she has an open board and we can potentially hit her with 3 beaters. I mentioned Gores earlier, so Gores is an absolute nightmare of a card in this format, but you have to control no cards to be able to summon Gores. So the fact that she's sitting on D-Fissure there means that she, even if she had Gores in her hand, she wouldn't be able to activate it. So there's technically nothing she can activate in response to our battle here. If we Dust Tornadoed the D-Fissure, then it would have actually put Gores back online, and we don't want to do that. Cool, she's at 2250. But knowing this game the way it is, I wouldn't be surprised if the opponents just randomly top deck like a board wiping card. So you can be winning and have the tempo just completely swing out of your favor. It can happen. I guess we're gonna Magic Mallet again and mulligan away our Clayman and the Mask of... whoops. Aspirate. We'll just mulligan away everything. We're not going to play any of these cards. Maybe we can get to something better. I guess that counts as something better. The Negate Attack might come up. I don't see any way that she's surviving this, so... unless it's Banisher of the Light again. Needleworm. So she's playing like Empty Jar, basically. She's playing a mill deck. I would not have guessed that. Hey Sam, guess what? Morphing Jar is unbanned, which means technically Empty Jar is a deck you can play now. As much as I'm not happy about that. Alright, useless, useless. Most likely useless? Useless. Useless, unless we want to play Stun. Useless. Useless, unless we want to play Gladiator Beast. Useless. Terrifying. No good cards. Sam just responds with fear. Alright, now we're playing against somebody named Yuko, and I have no idea what deck they're going to be playing. Most likely they are, in fact, a Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist, and just haven't told us. Like, you know, whatever Yu-Gi-Oh! 8 is, they're going to be the protagonist, so Yuko there. Are we going to just be stuck in... okay, they won the metaphorical die roll. But they still opt to let us go first. Which, this was before Master Rule 3, when we drew a card on our opening turn, so technically... going first has its advantages in this format. Ooh, you got Giant Rat. Steamroid, the ultimate going second card. We'll summon that in attack mode. I dare her to come at us. Again, the Justy Break not being relevant because we don't have any normal monsters. That 2 back row is pretty concerning, and I have no idea what her strategy is. We have no knowledge of... Oh, she has a full extra deck, though? That's a little concerning. Let's roll out the Steamroid. Dandelion, okay. Get some tokens. Aside from the little bit of lag here and there, this game overall does respond a lot better to inputs. Oh no! That's a classic, like, plant synchro play right there, but because she committed that to the board, we can bottomless it. Armory Arm, not the monster I expected she'd be going into. Wouldn't Junk Synchron be able to bring back the Dandelion too? Like, isn't that the whole combo? Solemn Judgment! Holy crap! Oh no! What? Oh crap, now she can make something like, okay, maybe Junk Archer or something like that? I can't think of what level 7 she'd be able to make that would, Oh no! No! I just talked about Dark Strike Fighter! Oh, this is so bad. But you know what? We may actually have lethal here, because unless her back row is something that can stop us, we have lethal here, because we can brain control the Dark Strike Fighter. Can the monster battle? Yes, it can. So, alright, let's see what we can do here. Pre-errata brain control is insane. Alright, so let's not commit anything else to the board. Let's go to battle phase. Attack. Alright, let's do... I think we may be able to close this out. Let's go to main phase 2. Summon that. Let's bring back the highest level monster we can. And I think we can just Dark Strike Fighter or OTK her by tributing our whole board, basically. That would be absolutely nutty. Okay, 800. 100. Oh man, I think we got this. Maybe? Oh, it's just barely not lethal. That sucks. Oh well. The goat tokens are normal monsters, so Justy Break can potentially come up. That's why the card was banned, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I shouldn't have fully committed. Maybe I should have just done the math first. But I thought for sure that was going to be lethal. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oh no. Come on, just any normal summonable monster, we can close this out. Okay, that's good enough. Please don't have back row that can respond to this. Alright, Hail Mary, here we go. Oh, come on! She has 200 life. I hate this. We outed the Dark Strike Fighter FTK though, so would she make another Armory Arm now? Yeah, we'll take that. Unfortunately, we're top decking, which sucks. Yeah, nothing we can do there. Okay, come on, just anything. Anything. That's good enough. Okay. Please don't have back row that can respond to this. We'll activate Rush Recklessly in the damage step. Oh, you son of... Oh! We may lose. Depending on what else she can put on the board. Substitute, another banned card. Her master Ben has taught her well. Alright, so we have basically one shot at this because the combined attack of her two monsters is exactly our life. She has no back row, and we have one mulligan here. So if we can mulligan for any monster, even if it's like the Swarm of Scarabs or something, we can win. So here we go, Hail Mary. No, don't activate that. Come on, come on, come on. All right, that's more like it. And Submarine Ward can just attack directly, so... Alright. We out of the Dark Strike Fighter TK. Let's see. Useless, 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 useless. God, a lot of old school vanillas. Very useless. No good cards yet. Come on, I had Breaker the first time I played this game, and it was amazing. Okay. Alright, so let's see who's dueling who. So, Ruka's dueling Divine. I'm dueling... What is his name? I'm sure I'll find out when I go up against him because I'm about to right now. Aki's dueling Bomber. She'll probably win that. And then Yusei is dueling Rua, which means Yusei will probably win that. So there's a good chance that I could be facing... well no, because then Aki and Yusei would be fighting each other. Which means I'll either be facing Aki or Yusei in the finals. Which means... probably that it will... I mean, if it's Yusei, I actually will not mind, because I think I have a better chance at beating Yusei than I do Aki. So, Aki is horrifying in this game. So let's go ahead. Is it Bolt Tanner? Is that who this is? Hunter Pace, that's it. Oh yeah, this guy. The guy who... I can't remember what his Japanese name is. I try to remember all the Japanese names for 5Ds. This is the guy that... Jack beat in like the first episode, like off screen. I think he's also the guy that has the flaming skull archetype thing, which I don't think is too difficult. I think we should be able to beat that. Sam was like, "Oh, what? You don't think Great Moth is a good and useful card that's totally possible to summon easily?" Actually, it is. So funny enough, they did make a. They were so tired of the Great Moth cards being useless and impossible to summon, they made Cocoon of Ultra Evolution, which can literally just turbo them out in a single turn, and still nobody plays them. But apparently, in Speed Duel format, the Moth strategy is like the third best deck, which is hilarious to me. Actually opened up really well, so we'll just put down Mechanical Chaser. our non-mirror force, and yeah. So with any kind of like board wipe he puts down, we can potentially counter that. See what you got, dude. So this is where we actually have to play a match. Oh my god, just like I thought. This is technically going to cost us a resource, but I can't say that I mind too much. Oh, creature swap, really? Dude, that sucks. And sure enough, he gave us the freaking skull head thing. He gave us a decapitated, what's his name? Nicolas Cage, I couldn't think of his name. And now, Mechanical Chaser has more attack than she does. Yeah, decapitated Nicolas Cage. So we'll just have to sit on that for a little bit. I don't think he can summon anything that's bigger than that. Unless he tributes the Mechanical Chaser for something. Zombie Master. I hate Magic Mallet. It's just such a stupid -1, but we'll mulligan away our Wild Heart and see what else we get. Goats. That might have been a bad idea. I probably should have held on to her. Yeah, we'll stop right there. Because it's not like he's going to suicide with Zombie Master. He's just going to use... I guess we can get the zombie... No, because then we'll get rid of our Stego as well. Yeah, that was just a straight-up misplay. We shouldn't have summoned that. We totally wasted it. We do have brain control, though. I'm waiting for him to commit, because the Burning Skull Head makes like a bigger boss monster. And if we can destroy that with Justy Break, we'll probably be in good shape. Like, he needs to commit his monsters to something. That is one of the irritating things about all of the Tag Force games, Decade Duels, Millennium Duels, and Legacy of the Duelist, is you have a quick play effect you can resolve. Do you want to resolve it? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Because you can do it in every single step of your turn, and it asks you over and over and over and over again. Alright, so we're making Doom Kaiser Dragon. That's a thing. Bring out the goats. This will get rid of everything except for Mechanical Chaser. Yeah, we'll take the 1850. And unfortunately, we have, like, no good one tribute oh my god! We have no good, like, one tribute monsters, such as, Jinzo or any of the Monarchs or anything like that. Our only, like, boss monster is Neos, and we're never summoning that. How do I want to play this? So if we take back our Mechanical Chaser and we run over the Doomkaiser Dragon with Rush Recklessly, then it will take out it and the monster that it summoned back. But that will leave us with pretty much no cards left. I say that's worth it because otherwise we just lose. And we can out the Mechanical Chaser with Sack Armor and potentially give us an opening on our following turn. So let's go for it. Oh, you asshole. And it just fizzles. Fizzles. Man, that is definitely something I never would have... Well, maybe I did back in the day, but something I never would have thought to use Book of Moon for is to, like, book down the target for brain control. Alright, is he going to make another Doomkaiser Dragon or a Archfiend Zombie Skull or something like that? Revived King Hades. Yeah, close enough. And we lose to either one of these boss monsters. So it doesn't matter. I'll just die. This is a match, though, so we do get to play him again. Okay, we have Giant Trunade. Mizuki Takahashi. A card that has seen a ton of play over the years. It's actually still, to this day, sees a lot of play. Here's the awful Nightmare Steel Cage. I guess we'll go ahead and activate that and see what we can draw into. If he commits to a board, again, we're fine with it. We can Trunade back his back row. He's Tribute Summoning for 2. Skullflame, that's the other card I was thinking of. Okay, so since you committed to that, this is why 2 Tribute Monsters are generally bad. Because now you invested 3 cards and you get nothing. Of course, Mizuki does resolve, which is unfortunate. How much attack does this have? 2,000! What the... What? That's unfortunate. We can't even revive his... Oh, because it got banished. So we have nothing to revive off of Monster Reborn right now. Go ahead. Pyramid Turtle. I'm gonna go ahead and let you take that 2,000, dude. Might as well. And then it just dies. That's amazing. Alright, we finally have a decent beater on the field, and we can potentially get in for some more damage as well. Can I hit him with the Skull Conductor? End of the battle phase, destroy it. Yeah, so we can potentially do that. So I don't know if this is quite lethal, but let's go ahead and resolve Trunade and get his back. Oh no, I've got to worry about the effect of Pyramid Turtle though too. Because Pyramid Turtle will just summon another one, or maybe even like a Vampire Lord or something worse. So that's going to be a problem. Let's go for it anyway. Let's see what we can pull off here. I'm probably overextending, and I'm probably going to heavily regret this, but let's see what we can pull off here. Yeah, that was a big mistake because he has a hand of 5 cards and we didn't even get any good damage in, so that's unfortunate. Skull Conductor is going to destroy itself, and we couldn't even get the Black Stego back into defense position. Actually, if he's targeted for an attack, he changes battle position, which is kind of nice. Okay, dude. At least the AI is smart enough to do that. Oh, yeah, we're not going to get over this. Four back row. I guess we did bounce all it back to his hand with True Nade, though, so we don't actually know what he has. I guess let's go ahead and mulligan away our Sparkman. This deck is so bad. Oh. Any of my opponent's decks I've faced so far would be better than this. With the exception of, like, the Empty Jar, like the Mill deck, that would never get us anywhere. Goats. So he's going to go ahead and take out 2 goats, and the Burning Skull Head replaces itself. What the heck is that? I don't think I've ever seen that before in my life. Supersonic Skull Flame. It's actually got the same stats as the normal one, but it's on like a horse body and is a level 10. Is this even in the TCG? I've never seen this before. What in the world? Okay. We still didn't get anything good. Again, it would be much better if we had something like Mirror Force instead of Negate Attack, because Negate Attack doesn't answer any of our opponent's stuff. Michelle's here now.
Hello. With
So
water pins.
I finally got it working, as you can tell.
I heard. I saw.
Sam has been watching.
Hi, Sam. ASMR crinkling like up in my fucking water pins.
Yeah.
Screams! Look how fucking cute!
That's amazing.
I love them!
They're in like little raincoats.
They're in little raincoats. I didn't know this came with a little shiny thing too.
Oh, what am I doing? Letting my goats die over here.
How dare you let the goats die? They're so cute. I didn't think they'd be here this fast.
Yeah. So I think this is probably going to be the end of our tournament here against Hunter freaking Pace of all people, which sucks. And it was actually shaping up to be pretty good because if we beat him, we would have had to fight. We would have one more match, probably against what, Ruka, and then it would be Yusei in the finals probably, which that would be pretty easy. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Useless. Actually, kind of a decent beater. Useless. Alright, I'm gonna give it one more shot. So let's, I think if we lose, we have to start from the beginning instead of at the quarterfinals. But we'll go ahead and modify our deck a little bit. So we're gonna put in that assault mercenary with 1800 attack. It's the furry OC for the person that designed the assault mode cards. And I don't think there is a single other card that I mean, Time Seal is banned in this format. There's not a single other card that we have gotten so far that we would care to put in there. The satellite cannon would be funny, but useless. Mind Protector has 2200 defense. It's interesting. Ooh, actually, yeah, Mana Core of Darkness. Let's put that in there, because it's a level 6 that we can replace Neos with and get Neos the hell out of this deck. So, bye-bye Neos, and then what can we take out for the Assault Mercenary? Maybe the Air Hummingbird, because that really does do nothing. Maybe the Nightmare Steel Cage. Which one is worse? I think the Air Hummingbird is worse. Okay. Pretty happy with that. Well, I shouldn't say I'm pretty happy with it. I'm happier with it than what we had. Let's go back in. Yeah, we're starting from the very beginning, which sucks. We're fighting George. I know what deck he has. I played him relatively recently. Not as fearsome as the fearsome Ben. Yeah, so his whole shtick is he's trying to summon, what is the name of that card? Evil Hero Malicious Edge, which is like the Evil Hero version of Elemental Hero Blade Edge. And it actually is pretty strong, surprisingly so. Alright, so I have Heavy Storm. I definitely want to hold that for as long as I can. He actually could potentially put Malicious Edge on the field pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and set up and see what happens here. Yeah, he's going for it. There it is. So it's a level 7, but I guess it can be if you tribute an evil hero. No, if I control a monster, he can one tribute summon it, which is pretty good, and then it just deals piercing on top of that. So it's not a bad monster, honestly. 2600 and it deals piercing. Obviously, we are going to Magic Cylinder that. And then he'll take another 700. And another thing that's annoying about his deck is actually this Legendary Jujutsu Master, because that thing, when you attack into it, the monster goes back to the deck, which maybe we will... I mean, honestly, I'm not sure of another way to out the Malicious Edge, so we may actually have to just beat over that and Monster Reborn it in defense mode and have his Malicious Edge attack into it that way. I honestly don't know of another way. I'm actually going to go ahead and mulligan away the Scapegoat, because the last thing I want is Scapegoats with 0 defense with a big beater that knows piercing. So, oh, I'll take that. Let's wait on that, though, because, like I said, I may want to, let's see. Go into battle phase. Beat over the Jujutsu Master. And then... maybe he will target the Jujutsu Master because he knows it deals piercing, and it's in defense mode and has lower defense than than Clayman, but he'll probably just go for the Sparkman because that's the most total damage. He's going for the Clayman. I did not expect that. Alright, so we're just... He probably has another Jujutsu Master set. Let's just see what it is. Yep, that's what it is. Spin back, so he has no choice but to battle it now. I don't like this situation that we're in, but at least we'll get the Malicious Edge off the field. He's pretty low in life, too, so... Might be able to come back from this. Stratos, Jesus Christ. Adding another... No! Well, he already didn't. He already normal summoned, so it's not like he can get out the Malicious Edge right now. I'll take the 13. Here's some meowing. she's trying to get away without meowing. The Mad Dog of Darkness has more attack than the Stratos, so that's good. But the problem is that he has another Malicious Edge in hand, and he can just drop it on us by attributing the Stratos. So we have no real out to this. I guess we'll just see what happens here. Yep, here he goes. At least we still just 1-for-1 trade with it, and we take a little bit of damage. That's so bad. Yeah, actually beating this is probably going to require a lot of like off-screen grinding just to get better cards. Oh, lovely Infernal Gainer. We're gonna chain our Jar Breed. What did the... Oh my god, what the hell was that? I guess the Infernal Gainer gave it an additional attack, which was not anticipated. Alright, useless, useless, that's all we got. Okay, so who are we dueling now? Paul. We had Paul, we had Ben, we had... What was that? Nelly was the other girl who was actually kind of cute. Paul looks like the protagonist of like a Vanguard anime. Like he looks like a card game protagonist of a worse anime. So we have, I get it, we have Foolish Burial, but is there anything we actually want in the graveyard? Do we have any graveyard effects we can benefit off of with Foolish Burial? No, there's literally none. I guess we'll send, like... maybe the Stratos? I don't know, Stratos, Prisma? I don't know. It thins the deck. I actually have no idea what Paul is playing, which is a little concerning. He could, I mean, he could be the alien deck for all I know, which is... Alright, we're gonna go ahead and resolve that Jar of Greed, get a bottomless, which is nice. Gear Town? Okay. He's Monster Reborning back our Prisma. Activating Gear Town. He doesn't have anything good to pop the Gear Town with. I'm assuming if he does, he's going to get a Gijiltron Dragon, which is not good. I have no idea what kind of back row he could be playing. A bottomless, okay. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Shrink. Okay. Oh my god. Brain control. We can still come back from this, though. Okay, maybe I should have summoned... Nah, it wouldn't be worth it to summon Steamroid, because whatever he played, he could just beat over it later, so better to have something with better base attack. All he has is that Gear Town now, and 2 cards in hand, so we're actually way up on him in card advantage, which is nice. And we're closing that life point gap. Whatever he could try to summon now might get eaten by Bottomless. So I definitely think we have the advantage. He opted to play nothing, although I could be running into a... you know what, let's do this. I'm afraid of Mirror Force in this game, so we're going to put both of those to defense, and we're going to run the risk of just sacking our Steamroid here. The Steamroid does have... It will get 20... No, I guess only when it battles a monster it gains the other 500, so... That ended up not being too bad. Anything he could summon to run over these guys will get eaten by Bottomless, so we should have this game next turn. Ancient Gear Beast. Yeah. It's kind of cool. You could just normal summon that with no tribute when Gear Town's on the field. Okay, so we managed to beat Paul, of all people. We get useless card, Nakagawa's Makito. Leviathan Dragon Daedalus is actually pretty good, but we don't have the supporting cards to make it useful. Injection Fairy Lily, I actually really want to play that. Brain Crusher. Useless. Yeah, sign me up for Injection Fairy Lily. Alright, who are we playing in the preliminary round? We are playing Wendy. Well, I got the Manicore of Darkness. We may actually have a good beater this go around. Let's play that. We have no clue what she's playing. Oh, agents. Or maybe not necessarily agents. Yeah, kind of agents. Sanctuary in the Sky is going to be a bit of an issue. Yeah, because she takes no battle damage, which is unfortunate. Another teal. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. We're pretty high up on card advantage. I don't know what she just set though. That could, oh, drastic drop off. So she's playing counter fairies technically, an early beta version of counter fairies before the new support. That's fine. We don't care about what we drew anyway. So. this this looks like it's going to be an easy win. Harvest Angel of Wisdom is 1800, but we're going to summon the Manticore this turn. This card actually was like limited or semi-limited because there was like an infinite loop you could do. Well, it wasn't an infinite loop, but it was like one of those like deep draw Exodia things where it would like keep summoning another copy of itself back. I don't know if anyone actually like used that strategy, but it was definitely a thing. Return one of her counter traps to her hand. Get in for that 1600. I thought we were going to close out the game this turn, but Sanctuary in the Sky is a little bit annoying, so... Oh no! Arcana Force the Fool. Oh. That sucks! Oh my god! She drastic dropped off. Heavy Storm. Oh my god. Oh, that sucks. Because now she takes no battle damage because of Sanctuary in the Sky, and as long as she leaves it in attack mode, we can't beat over it with Drillroid. I thought we had this game closed out. Don't really know what to do about this. Yay, Marshmallow is instantly destroyed by Drillroid, which is a godsend. Please just summon something else we can beat over. This is a problem. Arcana Force the Fool plus Sanctuary in the Sky, completely unoutable. Honestly, I'll just mulligan away. Oh, Solemn Judgment. That's nice. Now you have 300 left. Oh, what happened? I just lost my feed. What happened to my game? My game reset. That's the thing that just happened. Well, on that note, I guess it's probably time to take a break. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.